Here's another quick one for the fact that I am working the endgame theaters, and if you've seen all the memes of the fact that, we're the real heroes, well, guess what? I'm the real hero. Spoiler. That was a spoiler. Kind of. Shit. It's a spoiler the fact that I said it's It's past. It's past. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so let's get into this. This one's gonna be about how well this camera that you're viewing me at right now, the Sony a6400, does well in low light. So let's see that. Welcome to my channel, my name's Kyle Kenrick, and in this video you'll find anything and everything filmmaking. Now, if you like this content and if you want to see more, please like that button area. I hate smash, but also subscribe. And to follow me in all my links right over here. Let's grow this community out and enjoy our time here. But let's get straight into the content. So to start off with, I'm going to let you know the settings before I show you the low light footage, and then start from the lowest to the highest ISO. Now, what picture profile am I using during the footage? It's going to be the S-Log2. So what settings am I using? The settings I'm using right now is going to be different than when I show you in low light. The low light one is going to be in shutter speed of 1/50, of course, because it has to be twice as much as the frames, which is going to be 24 frames per second. And then I'm going to start with the lowest ISO, and then, sorry, so many and thens, and then it's going to be an aperture of 4. Why 4? Because that is the aperture of this lens, and it's the most common lens bought for this camera or for the APC line of the Sony mirrorless line. It's the 18-105 lens, so we're gonna just use this and use that aperture so you get the most realistic approach to this footage. Now let's go ahead and move along there. So this is gonna be 500 ISO, 640, 800, 1000, 1250, 1600, 2000, 2500, 3400, 4000, 5000, and lastly 6400. And now to compare it to the low light king, which is the a7s2 right over here, this little guy next to my TARDIS. Also, 2 TARDISes! I found that one on the road. It's mine now. I get to have it. I'm the doctor. I'm the director. But to compare it to the low light king, which is this one, I'm gonna have the same settings where it's gonna be 24 frames, shutter speed of 1/50, and then we're also gonna have the aperture of 4, and also, sorry, that came out of nowhere. That was odd. And also we're gonna start from the lowest of that one. It's not gonna be the same exact ISO, so it's gonna start from 1600 while we start at 50. No, not 50. Sorry, 500. And we're gonna show side by side what that looks like so that you guys can compare what it would look like if you bought this camera instead, but you won't because you're looking at this camera. It's just to show what the capabilities and the limitations of this camera can do. Now, all these could be fixed by a couple things I'll mention in the end of the video, but here we go. And for comparison with the a7s2, start at 1600, 2000, 2500, 3200, 4000, 5000, 6400, 8000, 10,000, 12,800, 16,000, and 20,000. So again, I had to use this lens just for a realistic approach due to the fact that this is the most common lens. The second most common lens is probably the 16mm Sigma lens, but I currently don't have that, and you'll see that very soon if I end up getting it very soon. I most likely am getting a better editing laptop, but for now, this is what I have for low light in a low aperture setting. I can do another one if you guys would like. I'll do another one if you guys want a better approach, because of course lighting and low light will always be better with more lighting and a better aperture. So we could always do another one with a better setup or a better non-realistic approach if you're just vlogging. Now, I mean by a better aperture, sorry I had to cut there, had a little moment, sorry, weird. But yeah, now what I mean by a better aperture is a wider aperture, like a 1.5 aperture. I'll talk more about aperture in a separate video, but for now, let's just cut into that, and hopefully this video helped you guys out, because, you know, it's nice to know what low light capabilities this camera actually has, and since I didn't get to see that before I bought this camera, sorry, I almost said video, but before I bought this camera, I didn't know what I was getting into, except the fact that Sonys are always going to be good at low light. Some of them are better than the others, some of them are worse than others, but regardless, usually they're better in low light. And due to the fact that this has so many innovations like the eye autofocus, I want to try it out and bought it instead. I kind of impulsively bought it. Don't know if that's a good thing. We'll find out. I mean, you're watching it now in 4K. How do I look? And that wraps up our video today. Basically, if you guys enjoyed this content and if it helped out in any way, please like and subscribe. Follow the links on the side over here. Again, eventually when they decide to pop up, I don't decide. Actually, I do, because I edit. But here we go again. And then if you enjoyed the content, like I said before, just, you know, want to buy anything that's in this studio setup that you see over here, or if you like this camera, please use the links down below. No cost to you. It just helps out me and make more video for you. That was weird math, but, you know, weird talking a lot. But I'm just gonna wrap it up and just say, dream on.